Now, let's look at moving the spine. When we sit for long periods of time, the spine is held in one position, and that's usually flexed forwards. If you think about children writing or reading, it's usually that flexed forwards position. The shoulders are hunched and the neck is held in a really strange, awkward position. And if you think about if you go on a long journey on a plane or in a car for a couple of hours, how uncomfortable you get and how stiff and tired you feel when you finally start moving again. You really feel terrible, don't you, when you finally get up and start moving. And this is how the children feel if they're sitting in their chair for too long.
So moving the spine has amazing benefits, not only for the body, but also for the brain.
90% of nutrition and stimulation to the brain comes from movement of the spine, which is massive. It promotes spine and back health, which helps them now and throughout the rest of their life. It nourishes invertebral discs and the central nervous system, again helping them now and throughout their life. It helps the development of the vestibular system in the inner ear to improve proprioception, spatial awareness, balance and coordination. Crossing the midline activities, which means rotating the torso, develop complex movement patterns so that the brain can process movements that involve the hands working on opposite side of the body. Things like getting dressed, tying shoelaces, and using forehand and backhand movements with a racket.
So here are the spine movements that we try to develop through Pilates, and it's all about just practicing them and getting to move in between these positions as often as you possibly can. So here we go, let's have a look. Neutral spine, where the spine is in its natural alignment. Flexion, where the spine is flexed forwards. Lateral flexion, where the spine is flexed to the side. Rotation, where the spine is twisted side to side. Extension, where the spine is arched backwards. All these positions can be done standing, seated, lying on your back, lying on your front, lying on your side and kneeling on your hands and knees. So let's practice those now.
So let's look at seated first, and you can join in if you want to. So we're seated in neutral spine, where the spine is in its natural alignment. So that's lifting up nice and tall, shoulders are down and neck is long. Perfect. Flexion is where the spine is flexed forwards, so we sort of sink down and allow wrinkles to come on the front of your shirt. Rotation, where the spine is twisted side to side, so we're going to twist side to side. Lateral flexion is where the spine is flexed at the side, so bending sideways. An extension, where the spine is arched backwards, so arching, lifting the chest, lifting the ribs and looking up towards the ceiling. Brilliant. Now let's do that standing. So neutral spine, where the spine is in its natural alignment. Flexion, where the spine is flexed forwards. Lateral flexion, where the spine is flexed at the side. Rotation, where the spine is twisted side to side. And extension, where the spine is arched backwards. Beautiful, Imogen, well done.
So how can we fit more spine movement into a child's day? Well, we can start by doing them seated in their chairs and just start to do some twisting and some stretching, and that's really nice and it just refocuses them, doesn't it? And then doing them standing behind their tables and chairs and just creating more movement within the spine as you do that. And then just start to think about, well, how can I get more of these really easy spine movements into a child's day to energise brain and body? So just have a think about that.